hunt down people, strip them naked, elderly people, accuse them of being witches, gave them concussions, some of whom died from it. We stood by and did nothing. He executed the 9 people who were on death row, were here. But in between, Gambians have had their doors knocked down, people taken into jail. Disappearances of people like Kaji Bankaji, Ibrahim Chief Mane. Chief Mane for 6 years, nobody knows where he is except Yaya Jammeh. Chief Mane, I have had the opportunity of speaking to his father. As a reporter for the Daily Observer, Chief Mane was the single person who was helping to pay for the school fees of his siblings, most of whom, if it weren't for the support of the Gambia Press Union USA branch, would have stayed out of school. But like Sophie said earlier, we always want to sit aside and wait until a family member of ours has been touched before we say something. It was Dr. King who said that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Jammeh might not have touched me, not a single family member of mine has been threatened or put in jail. When the bigger family of Samba Jow, which is the Gambian family, has been living under subjugation and total abrogation of their rights held. There is nothing sadder than to live in a country where you cannot mention the name of the president unless you are praising him. He is a guy who has no regard for the Gambian people. He treats us like slaves and animals. This is why he would throw biscuits at people and will be scrambling for him to eat. This is why he is the only guy that people turn to. He has turned us all into beggars. Thank you so very much. He is the businessman, he is the philanthropist, he is everything you have or think about. When we even want to play soccer, the national team, we will have to go and beg him to sponsor the national team. He is now gone to the extent of even telling Gambians when to pray, when to fast. You think about it, this guy has done it. There is not a single crime that man can think of that Jammeh has not committed against the Gambian people. Now it is the time. It is the time for us to stand up for what is right. What is right is fighting to regain the democracy and liberty that we all yearn for. Most of us here would have been in the Gambia in a heartbeat. Some of the people that I see here are more than qualified to be working in the Gambia as doctors, as professionals, but today are staying in the United States just because there is no democracy in that country. We have power, we have the resources, we have the capacity intellectually to develop that country. Every year, Gambians in the diaspora, this is not something I'm making up, it was in fact acknowledged by the Gambia government, contribute $800 million annually in the Gambian economy. $800 million every year, that's what we put in that country. So we have to transform that power, or that resources into power, and the power to change that country. I have said here earlier that the solution to our problem lies with every single one of us here. We have an opposition that is impotent. Maybe they don't want to do what it takes, or maybe they are tired after 18, 25 years in the struggle. But we must do what it takes to ensure that we take back our country from Yaya Jammeh. And